Hello, hello. I tried to time this. I don't know if I managed to. I'm still struggling a little bit with a restream. But I am glad that I can actually use my intro and actually show it. So, I'll take that. I will take that. How are you guys feeling today? I have skipped my last two, I think, Thursday streams that I was meant to do. At least I know I skipped the last one because work was a long and hard day. And today has been very relaxed and very chill because tomorrow I'm off work. So I've got an extra long weekend, 3-day long weekend. And I'm planning on doing a lot of writing and planning on hanging out with Marta, who's going to come over to mine, and we're going to do some writing. And I'm excited to get back into the writing mood. And I sort of feel like this is very much like a back to school sort of moment because July was dead for me. It was very, very empty. I also just figured out that I can, in fact, see people's comments show up on the side before the stream starts if I'm in the studio already. But if I'm not in the studio, then I don't get the previous comments. So the first comment I can see is actually this one, Michael, the one that says, so we can post whatever we want, but I can't see the ones from before where I said to you, hey, I can't get comments. So anyway, I do appreciate that this is a different emoji, but really, we know your true branding is this one. And we also have a Marta. Hello, hello. Just finished all of my non-writing jobs for the day. Exciting. So super excited to join you for at least one sprint. Yay, before I inevitably crash and go to bed. That is fair. That's entirely fair. I think we'll do your type of sprints, which shall be 2:45s, because that way I'm ensuring that I get very productive and I do a lot of things when I do that. Hello, hello, Nina. How are you? Hello, everyone. I have written 487 words, but technically need 1,000 more. Well, we can help you get there if you write during the sprints. As simple as that. Hello, Keiko. How are you doing? This intro brings me so much joy. I'm so glad. I'm very, very happy to hear it. And Keiko says, it's too hot to write. Yes, it's still 30 degrees here. Oh my God, at 9 p.m. Yeah, it's not as hot here, but it has been warmer. We had 30 degrees, not yesterday, the day before, maybe? I feel like we had 30 degrees this week, so I think it was the day before. Today was 24 degrees. I'm so sorry for my Fahrenheit friends. I think 30 is 80 or in the 80s. I don't know exactly. Something along those lines. I don't know. 3-day weekend, jealous. Yes, Jamie's away at a stag do, and so I was like, oh, I should take the day off so I can take care of Edgar and make sure that I'm free, and also that way I have like a long weekend. And actually in Belgium, people have the day off because they have some of the religious bank holidays that we don't get in the UK, and so everyone else I know in Belgium is having the day off anyway. And for once, I'm not going to be jealous. I'm going to be like, so do I, because I took it off. Although I had to use one of my own days, but whatever, it counts. Yes, that is sweltering hot, and it is so difficult to focus when you're really, really warm. At least I know I don't have any motivation when that's the case. So I'm going to be working today on. Is my mouse not working? There we go. Sorry, I'm looking at my other screen. I'm going to be working today on Rules of Survival. I'm currently in the middle of a scene that's from the POV of Themis, my main character, and it's basically the moment shit hits the fan. So we're in the middle of my midpoint, and I kind of stopped writing before July, like at the beginning of July, at the beginning of my midpoint, but my midpoint is a bit kind of want to say lengthy just because I have two POVs and I needed to split a scene in two so that there's a little bit of tension at the end of a chapter and a little bit of a cliffhanger and things like that. So anyway, we're still currently within the midpoint, even though I have written another chapter technically. But it is kind of now is the moment where everything like hits the fan, like the one first zombie wakes up all the others, essentially. So I'm excited to write that. Very actiony scene. I haven't written anything today. I didn't write anything yesterday either. I did other productive things like currently watching Brendan Sanderson's lectures from 2025, so we can talk about it with Stieg at the end of the month. But yeah, so that's what I'm getting into. What are you guys working on? Are you excited to work on it? And then we shall get started on our first sprint. And we'll do a 45 and we'll do the lemon timer, I think. Let me see what I have missed. Oh my god, hi Wendy, how are you? Hello, I only have about 20 minutes, but I thought I'd peek in anyway. Well, it's nice to have you over, even just for 20. Currently 27 degrees here. Yeah, they still hot. Marta says, I'm just waiting for downstairs to finish his customary 8 p.m. smoke before I open all the windows and let all the nice cold evening air in. Yes, I do get freaked out by mosquitoes though, so I tend to be careful with that, is my only thing. 31 is like 87.5. Okay, gotcha. I don't know why. Someone said it was in the 80s, but I didn't realize it was more like almost 90. Chaos says 1 week until I have 2 weeks off. Yay! And today was a really bad work day. Oh, not yay. Because I had to do the entire job of another coworker because she was literally lazy and slower than a sloth. Both supervisors are so mad at her, just like I am. Yeah, I get that. That sucks. Well, almost there with your time off. Hopefully it comes sooner and it doesn't feel like forever. Currently very warm in here, but hopefully not for long. Yay. You reminded me that tomorrow is a holiday. Yes, Nina, you also have the day off. I forget, in Germany as well. Luckily, I did all my shopping today. Nice. Oh yeah, is it like bank halls, as in everything is closed as well? I'm assuming. Keiko says, I might write because for the past week I've been obsessed with the War of Roses, so I might get some of Project 8097 in that time period. Oh, that sounds really exciting. And hello, Anna. How are you? How's it going? So happy to have you here. Are you in the middle of work and is work going okay? Are you surviving? Are you here for the vibes? Or are you going to be able to sneak in some words? Marta says, I'm going to be working on the next chapter of Project Sight. Yes, can't remember what chapter that is, but I'm sure I'll find out soon enough. Exciting. Austria. Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought in my head I was like, you also have the day off in Germany, but I guess in Austria you have the day off. Is it not just the same day off for everyone? Because you also asked what holiday is it for you guys. It's not just the same holiday, I'm assuming. Or do you not have that day off in Germany? Sorry. Hi Wallace, how are you? What's up? Are you working? What are you working on? Or are you just vibing? We're gonna jump very soon in our first sprint. Yes, it's the same one, right? Assumption of Mary. I mean, I don't think we call it that in French, but it means that essentially. Anyway, she and I have regular language wars in Crystal Stream Chat. Yeah, I've seen some of those. You just don't want another Australian being associated with you guys. That's so funny. I said I was in the 80s yesterday as an estimated guess, but then looked it up and was like, dang, that is hot. Just this uncommonly hot for where I live. Yeah, fair enough. I think it's also the classic move of people, you know, like, oh, it's not that hot if you live in a truly hot country or area. But then people who come to the UK are always like, oh my god, it hits different. It's like, yeah, it's very humid and it's very heavy and it's very muggy and you can't move. Everything is sticking to you. It's just, yeah. But we had a little bit of thunder. We had a small thunderstorm yesterday, and so the air is actually fresher today, which is really nice. So even if we had a bit of sun and it was nice and hot today, it wasn't as heavy. So that's all I wanted, really. Anyway, enough talk about the weather. Very, very British of me to do. So we shall jump. I haven't prepared my screen share. There we go. We're going to be doing a 45 minutes lemon timer. And then, oh, I'm not there anymore. What do I want? Do I want this or do I want this? No, not this for sure. I feel like I don't like these options. This is the option I wanted. There we go. Took me a minute to find it. Apologies. Um, and it says, yes, I'll be doing my mortal job, but it's been okay today. Okay, that's good. I'm happy to hear that. Um, and I'm seeing more answers to one another. You have a cat. You're okay. I think Bavaria and I cannot pronounce Baden-Württemberg, something like that, have the day off. Okay, so not every region or whatever they're called. I don't think they're called regions, but you know what I mean. Um, just got up from a nap, woke up super early to go on a hot air balloon ride. Oh my god, that's exciting. How was it? Was it good? I mean, I'm glad to see you're alive. And I hope that it went well and that it was exciting and fun. But I understand being tired from getting up early because they're quite Catholic. Okay, gotcha. Uh, yes, hot air balloon sounds amazing. It sounds very cool. Sorry, I am going too fast for how quickly the comments show up because they are a little bit slower than StreamYard and I'm not used to waiting around. So I apologize for this. But yes, excellent. We shall be. Thank you. Oh, was that my pronunciation? It wasn't too bad. Oh, thank you very much. I did not expect it to go okay. We're going to be starting our first sprint. We're going to do 45 minutes. And then let me know how you did. And hopefully everyone gets a little bit of productivity and feels good about themselves. Nice. Let's get started. And here we go. Let me double check this has post. Yes. That was our first sprint of 45 minutes. How did you guys do? Did that go okay for you? Did you manage to accomplish whatever you wanted to accomplish? I feel like there's quite a bit of a delay between the actual stream, like me streaming on Restream, and what's showing up on YouTube. Because I've got the stream up because I just wanted to check the quality of it, and it's delayed by like 30 seconds, which I think is massive. Anyway, I'm finding all of these little issues with Restream, and yet I am still not going back to StreamYard at the moment. So we're dealing with it. Maybe I will do more research to see if I find anything else that I like. I have written 377 words, not that many, but I did need to do a little bit of research at the same time. I got distracted by carbon fiber material that could potentially be what's being used to build these habitats on this planet. And I got distracted by research into radio communications to check on other people and sort of like trying to adapt that to my sci-fi setting where Themis is like checking on each duo to make sure that they're still alive and doing fine. So just basically like the comms check instead of radio check over, and just like what words they would use, because technically they're not a military team, but there are a few people from the military who are in this team, if that makes sense. And Themis is not from a military background, but I'm sort of thinking like, would they have adapted this language into commercial missions like this one? So anyway, I got really distracted by like figuring out some of these things, which took me a little bit longer to research than it did to actually write them in the actual book. So only 377 words in 45 minutes, but I'm still okay with that because progress is progress. Let me check on you guys, and I think we got a few newcomers as well. We got Beebrook. Hello. So glad I opened YouTube right now. Going to hop right into the sprint. And also, hi. Michael says, I'd be interested to go up in a hot air balloon, but it's not a common thing in my area. Maybe there's too many geese. Geese can be very vicious. I'd be careful. Hello, Bombastus. How are you? How are you doing? Did you manage to get some words in or other productivity during the sprint? And same question to you, JC. How are you? Hello. And hello to everyone. And oh no, Alex says, I feel a nap happening. Oh my God. I don't know whether you did take a nap or if you managed to power through, if that's what you wanted to do. Hi, Miley. How are you? Nap sprint sounds fun, though. Yes, it does sound fun. I get it. Miley, don't let me with a good time because I'll take it. I did finish a chapter during the sprint pretty early. Okay, that's fair. Rewards are acceptable. Do it. What an influence. Hi, CB. Hello, how are you? I've been struggling to concentrate on writing. I get that. I feel like I struggled to concentrate on writing for the whole of July. So if anything, it did give me a little bit of an itch to write again, having a bit of a longer break and sort of forcing myself to be like, okay, if I'm not going to write, I'm going to do a bunch of other things. And then by the time August started, I was like, okay, I feel like I'm getting ready. I'm getting there. Finished the chapter I was working on this morning. Nice. Good job. And fought against snapping. Very, very proud of you for that one. Very good job. Marcia says, I am enjoying watching you figure out stream platforms for me to inevitably copy whatever your final choice is in a month. Yeah, I feel like I need to have almost a test of other platforms because the only one I've truly tested is this one. But all the other ones I've found so far, I just had issues with either what was allowed in the free plans, because I don't want to pay. That's the whole point. And I think there were a couple that seemed promising, but then when I looked into it, it was like, oh, you still only have this much time allowed max to stream. stream 2 hours at a time. It was like, that's very short. And like, if you get cut off, what the hell? And yeah, that doesn't work for these types of live stream. So I can't remember. There were a few others where I was like, I don't know if this would work. So Restream was sort of the default so far, but there may be others. Wallace took a very contemplative everything shower, loaded up some laundry, and just settled in for some work. Nice. Very nice to use a sprint to like set yourself up for success. Nina wrote 340 words. Nice, good job. Research is such a wonderful distraction, though. Yes. And I mean, it wasn't technically a distraction. It was research for that scene that I was writing right now. So it wasn't even like just random research for other parts of the book that I don't need to write right now. It's technically relevant. Research is fun, but also frustrating when it stops the flow. Yeah, it was kind of like, I almost wish I had just put brackets in places and just be like, whatever, I'll figure this out later. But sometimes I do that and then I get frustrated where I reread it and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. This isn't sci-fi enough, or this doesn't work for this context. Anyway, so it's like, choose your own poison, you know? It's sort of what I dislike the least, I guess, is getting that distraction and just sorting it while I'm writing. Marta says, I did a reread of the next chapter and wrote a bunch of notes. Nice. I'm on a section of chapters that I'm very hesitant on how to handle, and I'm really hoping I can figure it out before Saturday. Okay. Exciting. But also, I'm just curious what the hesitation is, like what it's about, and if there's anything we can help with, if there's anything we can, talk about. I don't know. So I can actually write on Saturday, yes, and not just stare at my outline in despair. That would be useful, but also you wouldn't stare at your outline in despair, because the point of doing writing workshops and being with other people is that you can bounce ideas off each other, even if they don't need to know everything. Like, even if it's like, here's something without the spoilers, and just like trying to explain in the vaguest ways possible your issue, that can still help you by just thinking out loud, I don't know. Hi, Becky. How are you? Are you going to write? Are you writing? I'm very curious if you're feeling like writing. Anyway, call in. Let me know. Wallace says, we had a bunch of geese fly under us, which was very cool. Ooh, that does sound cool. Did you take a bunch of videos? I'm hoping so. I'm assuming yes. I haven't actually looked if you've posted your 75 hard today. And will that be part of it? Or will this be part of a different video? CB says, I was working at a summer camp in July, then got a concussion. So I'm definitely getting back into it now. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Those suck, as can attest my friend Becky, who's also had a concussion and has had some really annoying lasting sequels. So, this fucking sucks. I'm so sorry. And I hope that you're better now and that you don't have any lasting sequels. Your image is flipped. No, it's the other way around. It was flipped before, if that's what you mean. As in, like right now, these, like that bookshelf and everything is meant to be on my right. So this makes sense. Like, I'm seeing myself how I should be seeing myself. And I think before that it was flipped. Does that make sense? I feel like this makes more sense like this. I might be wrong. Maybe you guys find that more weird. But when how do I explain? This is on my left and it is on my left on screen. These things on my right and it's on my right on screen. And earlier was the other way around and I was distracted by it. So I flipped it. Anyway. Hi, Grave. How are you? What are you working on? Or are you just coming here to chill and for the vibes, which is also acceptable. Sam and I use Restream, but Sam pays. Okay, gotcha. I wonder what it's like. Like, is there like some features that you feel are really good because you guys pay for it? I don't think I would pay for it because it is quite expensive. And honestly, this does everything I really needed to do. I don't really need more, so I'm happy with this. Yesterday I got stopped up on what supplies my characters would have left with only one saddlebag and one backpack after losing one of their horses and bags as they ran away. This feels like such a D&D thing as well to think about. I don't know, like in my head, it's very like thinking about the actual supplies and how much you can carry and realistically what you've got on you. Like I also was thinking earlier, I was like, oh, she just grabbed this other character's wrist comms, which is sort of like your phone on your wrist, right? Like it's that kind of sci-fi vibe, a little bit Fallout-esque. But she grabbed his wrist comms, and now I'm like, where does she stash it? Because she doesn't have like a bag on her. And I was like, I'm gonna say that the wristband is some sort of magnetic thing and she can just loop it around her belt or something. Because I was like, where the fuck does she take it? Because she needs her two hands to hold her gun. So it's these sort of details that I'm like, would readers notice? Or is it just me in my head? Am I getting in my own head? Anyway, there's a lot of formatting stuff that she likes. I'm a freeloader on her though. Fair enough. And Marta's asking, well, did you only add it to your outline so you could count it as business expense before deciding to cut it? Fair. Yeah, I'm definitely in D&D mind when it comes to supplies. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's all the comments I've got. So I think we're going to jump very soon into our second sprint. I need to decide which one that should be, but I'm thinking potentially pool timer. I don't know. I'm feeling like the vibes are very summery today. So maybe the pool timer as the second one. Oh, sorry, it's playing before. I pressed pause, but it doesn't seem to understand that. Let me see if that works. Okay. I think we're good. One last comment. No, terrified of heights, so would not have normally chosen to do something like that. Oh, I didn't know you were scared of heights. I was so excited for you. I was like, that sounds great. That sounds so fun. But yeah, if you're scared of heights, that does not sound as fun. Although seeing the geese flying under you sounds quite exciting and cool. I don't know. Becky says, I don't know how to taxi beat, but concussion, high five back. Concussions suck. I hope you're doing okay. Yeah. For Becky, it was not a suitcase, a laptop or something. No, like a big computer. I can't remember what item it was, and you've told me before that was on the train, stashed above, and fell on your head, which crazy. On this note about concussions, we shall get into our second sprint and last sprint. These I always do 2 hours long. I don't really want to do any longer than that because it finishes at 10 p.m. my time, and then that's like a nice little hour for me before bed to chill. So let me get this up. Last comment, and then I'll get it up. Promise. Oh yes, it was a computer monitor. And Marta says, in that case, I'm very proud of you for facing your fears. Yes, we are proud of you for facing your fears, because that is hard to do. Make a mental note that you're scared of heights. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, definitely not 100% yet. I have some lingering pain, but the brain function feels a bit better now. Well, that's good at least. Very sorry to hear that you had that happen to you, though. Someone who is also afraid of heights, nosing geese flying under you does not sound fun. It sounds pretty. It just sounds like an experience. But okay, yeah, fair enough. That's not relatable if you're scared of heights. And good night, Marta. Thanks for stopping by. It was so nice to have you. Lovely to see you here, and I will see you very, very soon on Saturday. Sharing. Oh, what do you mean stop screen sharing? Oh, do I just need to re-add it? Yes. I think that's what I need to do. Yeah, okay, got it. Sorry, I'm still learning. Okay, let's get started. Beep, beep, beep. We're done. Let me stop sharing and close this. Here we go. There we go. That was our second and last sprint. How did you guys do? Again, I feel a bit frustrated by the delay that this stream has because I'm finished, but you guys still have 30 seconds. So anyway, I have now reached 872 words in total for this stream, which I'm feeling really happy with. And also, I finished the scene I was in. So I'm feeling extra happy about that because that means I've got 2 scenes down out of 8 in my Act 2B. So that's going pretty well. Although I think currently they're a little bit shorter than the ones in the Act 2A, which kind of perhaps makes a little bit of sense because they're meant to be more action-packed and stuff, but I think I'm going to have to make sure it's balanced at the end of the day. So that'll be a future me problem. I do have plans to have this scene I've just finished and the one after be in the same chapter anyway, so bulk up the chapter, but we shall see. Anyway, my last sentence that I've written tonight is, it's time to blow this whole place up. And I couldn't agree more with Themis because it is swarming with zombies at that point. Anyway, I feel pretty good about that. So let me see in the comments how you guys did, and then we will slowly wrap up this stream, and I will go chill on the couch for an hour before bed. We had a nice little swimmer emoji from Michael for the swimming pool timer. Thank you very much. CB mysteriously commented, as a fantasy writer, the horse girl deep in my soul never dies, and I'm very curious about the meaning of this. I'm also assuming, since you mentioned things like supplies and D&D stuff and sort of like knowing that they've only got one backpack and one bag and stuff, I'm assuming there's something about them being on horses, riding on a quest of some sort. I don't know. It's just my mind going into the D&D direction. Woo stream, yes. Although it is the end, we have a couple of minutes left. Well, it says, great sprint, yay, finished budgeting for the month, nice, and switched laundry from washer to dryer. Very productive, very good job. Nina got 744 words, yay, got to my 1.5k for the day. That's amazing, really, really, really fantastic. Anna says, woo, which I'm assuming means you're reaching the end of your workday and you're happy about that. That's how I'm choosing to read that comment. 295 words for CB, scheduled a friend hangout, and double-checked my bareback riding knowledge. Nice. Also very productive. And yes, also very nice usage of word time, social life, organization time, and also research for the words. So all very productive. JC says I only got about 450 words. What do you mean only? That's really good. Was slightly distracted. And despite being slightly distracted, you still got 450 words. I'm very proud of you. Yeah, they are traveling on horseback right now, but they are too prepared for the stakes of plot, so I gotta take their supplies away. That's actually really funny because I also had to prevent my characters from getting out of the situation very easily because I forgot to place a room on my planet settlement map. And I was like, oh, they could just go back to the shuttle. But then it doesn't make sense because why wouldn't they just, turn the motor on and fucking get out of here if they're in the space shuttle? And I was like, no, they can't go back to the shuttle. I need to make them go to another room first. So, oh, wave to the vlog. I'm waving. I might be late because there's delay. I'm sorry. But yes, sometimes you realize that your characters have it too easy and you need to make sure that they're going to have the struggle. That's how it is. Go everyone, good job, yay. Oh my god, yay, I have a crown. Oh, on YouTube, yes, I can't see that on Restream. That's too bad. I wish I could see that. Thank you. I now need I know I need to stop with the only. Thank you for that reminder. Yes, always be proud of whatever progress you do. Progress is progress. I wrote one word yesterday and I just typed it into my tracker because it was like, this counts. I have to count it. It was one word. And it was just because I prepared my next chapter. And because I have like 2 POVs, I will write the name of the POV at the start of the chapter. So all I wrote was Themis dot and then didn't write the chapter. And I was like, this counts. It's fine. It counts as one word. That was progress. I need them to do struggle, but also do their best to prevent their struggles and fail. Yes. Yes. Yes, one word counts. 100%. On that note, and on that positive note, because that is one, we'll end this stream here. Thank you, friends, for hanging out with me, for helping me stay productive and get my words in, because I feel a lot better when I do these sprints. I feel like I managed to get a lot more in, and having them scheduled every now and then really helps me know that even if I have a day like yesterday when I write only one word, the day after I know that I've got a stream going, and that's going to help me get my words in. So I feel very, very happy with my word count today. Love the color on your walls. Thank you so much. It's dark blue, but I don't know if it translates very well because it's nighttime right now. But on that note, I still don't have an outro, despite having Restream, which would allow me to have an outro. So we're just going to do a cold ending to this, I think. Oh, wait, there is that thing. They have an overlay thing, don't they? Thank you for watching.